Hey YouTube, it's your girl Alio and welcome to Fan of Life ND. It's time to get up close and personal because it's time for the 2-year and 2+ month Loc update. So I've passed the 2-year mark. That Loc anniversary was on May 9th, 2014, and I've been natural, and it's been over 6 years since I did the big chop. So in this video we're going to be going through the Loc, like the length updates of the locks, and just to let you know what's been going on with the changes going on in my hair. So let's start with the Loc length update. Alright, so today we're going to be starting with the Loc length update. So you can see I have my measuring tape here, and then we're going to go on to the ponytail test. But I think that in the last video, although I said I was going to be measuring by centimeters, I ended up measuring by inches. So we're going to go by inches today. So we're just going to grab that middle lock again and measuring from the root all the way down to the tip. And where does that reach? Okay, so I have that it reached at 8 inches. 8 inches, so that's a full centimeter in the last 6, 7, 8 months. So we've grown an inch over a few months, which is fantastic. So now we're going to go onto the left temple lock. So this is my left side, and just grabbing it by the side. You can see every time I make these videos, it's always time for a retwist, because I only retwist every several months. Don't want the root bed to, weaken. Want to have hair that lasts for quite a while. So last time it was at 6.5 inches, and as of today it falls at 8 inches as well. Wow, so it grew a whole 1.5 inches. So that's the right side, that's the left side. So now going on to the right side, just grabbing that lock that is closest to my ear. Once again, going from the root. So grabbing, here we have the tape measure. So putting it right up against my scalp and following the hair down. And let's see how far it falls. Oops, getting it tangled a bit. Okay, let's see. Alright, bring it down. And where does it land? So we have it landing at, let's see, it's just at about 7.5 centimeters. So it's grown about 1.5 inches, sorry, not centimeters. So it's at 7.5 inches. So wow, that's quite a bit of growth over the last 8 months. So now we're going to go to the back, and I'm going to start with my back left one, the closest one to my neck, and at the bottom corner, left corner of my head. And last time it was 5.5 inches. So this time just taking it from the root, putting the measuring tape along there and pulling the chunk of hair down. Okay, so having it land, it lands at 7 centimeters, so another 7 inches, sorry, so another 1.5 gain in length. Like, I'm kind of astounded because when you see the numbers you realize, wow, it actually has grown a lot. So now going to the right temple, just taking it out and then taking the measuring tape once again, holding it right at the root. And now we're taking it down along that strand. And where does it land? So last time it was at 5.5 centimeters, and now it lands at 7 centimeters. So 1.5 inches of growth. So wow, that's a lot. I've seen about 1.5 inches of growth throughout the head. So that's pretty incredible to see. So now it's time to do the ponytail test. And this is where we see, can I fit it in a ponytail yet, or do I have to wait another few months? Now, there are some people who don't realize how lucky they are to be able to put their hair into a ponytail. They put it up and it's like effortless. I have not been able to put my hair up into a ponytail since even before I did my big chop in 2008. I did a previous big chop and had my hair texturized at that time. So I haven't been able to put my hair in a ponytail for years. So let's see. Once again, makeshift scrunchie, double it up, and let's see. So we're gonna put it back. I'm already feeling kind of good about this. Okay. Alright, pulling it around. I feel like I have a huge chunk of hair in here. And oh my gosh, we've made it to the ponytail. Oh my goodness, take a look at this. Okay, I'm going to turn around for you so you can check it out. All of the hair is in. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. It's like, finally, I've been waiting to do this, and now that it's happened, I don't even know what to say. So, yeah, it's only taken like how many years for it to get to this point, so that's incredible. Now it's like, you know, you see the numbers, it's been 1.5 inches gained, and the fact that it can fit into a ponytail now is quite incredible. So, we made it! High five! Okay, so now I'm gonna talk a bit about some hair changes that I've been seeing over these past 8 months since the last video. So at the time of the last video, there were a few locks that were just started around the year mark, and they were pretty tiny. They were shorter than the rest of the locks. So what I've since done is I decided right around the 2-year mark to combine them with other locks. So I'll show you them right here. This is the first one. So you can see that it's kind of intertwined. So it's kind of wound around this lock. So you see like the little tip right here. I'm trying to show you it. So this is the tip. Basically, I added that lock to another lock beside it, and so yes, here you can see the coiling. So that's the other lock wound around it. I did it really simply. I just wrapped the lock around the other lock, and I tried to gel it down, but of course it wouldn't hold because they were already pretty locked on their own. So what I did was I actually ended up sewing them together, because years ago I remember Cheska Locs making a video where she sewed a lock together. And what I did, I just wound the lock around the other one. I wasn't even that neat about it. I just took a needle with some black thread, and I started at the top. I interwove in and out, in and out, in and out. I didn't even get all the way to the bottom, so you can see that the tip isn't attached to it, which is not too good, because that means that it can dry out and break off, so I need to look after that. But it was really simple to do. It's just because I just, you know, it was coming apart, and I just wanted them to stick together. The other one is on this side, so this is the other lock that was intertwined as well. Let's see if I can show you it. So, what angle can I get you to see? Basically, I'm trying to show you see that coiling at the top? That's the lock being wrapped around this lock, and so the end is even clearer here, that you can see that it's not attached, because I didn't do the best job with sewing them together. I just wanted them to lie down together. So that's one thing. It's because those locks were really thin, and because they were a lot shorter than the other ones, they would tend to stick up at times, and I just wanted them to lie flat down as opposed to putting bobby pins on them all the time. And also because they're so thin, I wanted them to be attached to a stronger foundation. So now they're going to grow as one. It seems that every year more locks get married together. Now it seems that now that I've gotten to the 2nd year point, some old habits are reintroducing themselves. So back in undergrad, and I don't even remember if in high school, but definitely in undergrad, I had an issue where I would pull my hair. So when I was studying for exams, or when I was feeling a little bit stressed out, I would have a habit of just pulling my hair, just pulling it, especially from the top. And I recently washed my hair, so it's like laying down a bit more, but you'll see that there's so many frizzies at the, you know, at the root bed. And so when I was studying for my finals this past while, I'd, you know, be playing in my hair and I'd be pulling out, you know, strands of hair, and I'd have to like tell myself to not do that. So I was a lot more disciplined before when I first locked my hair, because I wanted everything to go smoothly, and I was less comfortable. But now I'm more comfortable with my hair, and I find that I'm playing with it more. There've also been like balls at the end of the hair, or you know, there might be two-headed dragons. So an example of that is right here. We have a lock that was combined, but the ends, you'll see that, okay, let's move this one. You'll see at the ends it's two locks, but at the, as you move up towards the root, it's one lock. So they were originally two different locks that have been joined together. And I have a lot of these around my head, but something I've been noticing is that with this, you know, with this year, my hair has actually been getting very dry, especially at the ends. And I noticed that there were some of the two-headed dragons where I would just pull them apart. So I'd pull one piece apart from the other, and I don't know, it's just like one was thinning out, and I just, instead of sewing them together, I would just pull at it and pull at it. It's like self-sabotage. I don't know why, but they're presenting themselves around the 2-year mark now. Another area I'm noticing dryness is close to the scalp now. So what I do, like my routine for washing my hair is I'll wash my hair, and I'll talk about this more in a future video, but I change the way I wash my hair every few weeks. So I take some shampoo, dilute it a bit, and then focus on the scalp. And I'll do that for the different sections of my hair. And then I'll get some soap and I'll just focus it along the shaft of the locks. So, and then after I wash the shampoo out of my hair, I'll dry my hair with a towel for maybe half an hour. I'll take the towel off, then I'll get some olive oil and I'll just rub it along the sections, and I'll rub it along the shaft of the hair and along the ends. But I will not put the oil at the roots, because something I remember reading is that, you know, your scalp already produces its own oil, which is called sebum. So you don't need to really add oil to your scalp, because your scalp will produce it itself. And if you add oil, then you can actually interfere with the locking process, because your hair needs that friction in order to start to knot up. But if it's too slick, it actually slowed down that process. So I held back. However, the one oil that really matches our sebum really well is called jojoba oil. So something that I think I'm going to start doing is, after washing my hair and, you know, adding that olive oil to the hair itself when it's slightly damp, is that I'll add jojoba oil to the scalp, because I've been noticing that my hair at the scalp, the root, is breaking off more easily, and it feels very, very dry. Another thing I've been noticing with my hair is that it feels like it's getting thinner around the root, and that could also just be because it's getting thicker along the shaft. That could be another reason why. But I've been noticing that with retwisting, especially in the midsection of my scalp, the locks feel very, very thin when I'm retwisting them. And you know, you add the gel and then you add the clips, and it feels like when I'm retwisting my hair, the root is very thin in comparison to the rest of the locks. So I'm gonna be looking at that more into year 3. Maybe it's just a process that happens, but a good thing that I've been noticing in terms of retwisting is it's getting a lot faster. So from when I first sit down to retwist to finishing the retwist, it takes about 6 hours to get all those clips in, whereas before it would be a whole day kind of thing. And of course the bottom, like the back part, is the most tangled part, so that takes about 2.5 hours to do. But then for the other 3.5 hours, it's easier to get through the other 2/3 of my hair. Another great thing is that the length of the hair, I can definitely feel that my hair is getting longer now. Like, you can see that it's hanging out, it's chilling over my shoulder now. And in the last video I showed how it looked when I was putting my hair in a bonnet, and now I actually have to put my hair up like this before I put it into my bonnet now, whereas before I would just put in the bottom tip. So it's becoming more evident that the hair is getting longer, and that's another fantastic thing that has been happening as we approach year 2. Now, something else that I have noticed, I don't know if it could be a positive and a negative, it's that I'm becoming more into appearance, like aesthetic. And not in the sense that I'm becoming more vain and I'm like looking at myself in the mirror all the time. It's only here and there. But I'm becoming more aware of my appearance now. I'm thinking more about different hairstyles that I want to do, and different hairstyles that would look great for the workplace. Before, I pretty much just I had the hairstyle where I would do the curls. That's another thing actually, is that my hair can't even hold the pipe cleaner curl style as well anymore. Before, I could put them in like the day that I washed my hair, and I could take them out the next morning, but they fall a lot easier now. So I think now to uphold the pipe cleaner curl style, that I'll have to hold them in my hair for a few days in order for it to hold on, because the hair is getting so thick. But anyways, I digress from what I was saying before, which was that, you know, being more into appearance. So as my hair is getting longer now, I'm realizing that there's more things that I want to be able to do with it. So I'm going to start looking into other videos to see, you know, what different, you know, because I'm not that creative. There's so many people on YouTube who are incredibly creative. So I'm going to start a playlist of different, you know, videos that I come across that are helpful in terms of giving you ideas to style your hair. And, you know, that would be great because the other YouTubers who are being creative and generating these funky styles can have their styles known worldwide as well. I feel like that's it. That's all I have to say. One of the shortest videos for sure. I think the length update speaks volumes. I guess for me, I'm becoming more comfortable with my hair the longer I have it this way. Honestly, all I can say is that I really wish that I did this earlier. I really wish I did. This works for me because it's just easy, and it doesn't take up a lot of time, and it allows you to do it on your own. You're able to take care of it, manage it yourself. I don't have to pay somebody to do my hair for me. It's so inexpensive, and it's just gonna keep getting longer, and it's all mine. So loving the locks, looking forward to what 2.5 years will bring, what 3 years will bring. So we'll have that update again in a few months. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know how your journey is going, and let me know if you decided to lock. So have a great day, everyone. Thank you for watching.